Hello, welcome to the Film Pulse Podcast. This is episode number 188. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, as always, Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing?
Pretty good.
This week on the show, we'll be starting things off with a new segment, Movie News, where we round up some notable bits of newsy goodness throughout the week. Then we'll be reviewing two horror films, Tales of Halloween and Bone Tomahawk. Bone
Tomahawk. Perhaps maybe the best title.
Yeah.
So far
I
this
think
year.
so. I definitely think it's the best title this year so far. Of course, we'll also be going over some of what we're watching, movie predictions, new on video on demand, Blu-ray releases, all of that fun stuff. Before we jump into the news this week, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you may be wondering, why is the show coming out late this week? Well, we're trying a new format for the video version of the show, since viewers like shorter form videos. What we're doing is releasing each segment separately on our YouTube channel. So every day a new segment's going to come out. And then on Friday, we're going to have the full version of the show released. And along with that, we're going to be putting it out on iTunes and SoundCloud and all of the other audio formats. So that's how we're going to try to do it from now on. If you are one of our patrons on Patreon, we appreciate that, by the way. At the $3 per month level on our Patreon, you get everything early. So you'll get everything at the beginning of the week. The full video show and the full audio show, you'll get at the beginning of the week if you're at the $3 per month level. If you are interested in supporting what we do, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/filmpulse if you want to get the show early. If not, that's fine. That's cool too. It's still going to be free. It's still going to be up every week. It'll just be better if you help. So let's jump into some movie news, shall we? Before we do that, real quickly, I wanted to thank our latest Patreon, Crystal Marcano. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's kick things off with some Star Wars stuff. So the Star Wars trailer came out, the new one. I take it you didn't. Did you watch this?
No. I don't watch no trailers.
I know.
But I am excited, I gotta say.
So, I was going to not watch the trailer, but I couldn't help myself. I ended up watching it multiple times, and I loved it. It gave me chills. I am so excited for this. And what they did this week, and I'm sure all of you are fully aware of this, they put the tickets on sale with the trailer. So the tickets went on sale, and then a little bit later, the trailer dropped during Monday Night Football. As soon as the tickets went on sale, basically the whole internet crashed. I don't know. I tried to get tickets from every ticketing website known to man, and all of them were down. Fandango, movie tickets, they were all down. For hours, they were down. So I did get tickets. Actually, I got two sets of tickets for two different theaters.
How'd you finagle that?
So what I did first was I went to the actual website of one of the theaters around here, and bought tickets direct from their website. That was a smart idea. However, the tickets that I got were for 3D. But just regular screen 3D.
Oh boy.
And for Star Wars, my first experience with Star Wars, the new one, I want that to be the best possible. So I ended up waiting till the next day and checking online, and I was able to get tickets for the IMAX in Times Square. So the cool thing about New York is, here in the city, they're doing screenings every half hour round the clock. So you can get, they have screenings for like 1:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you can, even though there's a lot of people here, there's a lot of theaters here too. So I was able to snag some. So IMAX reported that they made $6.5 million in domestic pre-sales for Star Wars.
Damn.
Basically shattering all previous records. This movie's going to be huge. I'm predicting that it's going to be the highest grossing movie of all time. I think it's going to be the fastest selling. I think it's going to be the highest grossing opening weekend. I think it's going to shatter all the records.
It's gonna break everything.
I think so. And it
I
looks
think you might
great
be
too.
right.
I'm really excited about it. The trailer got me super amped up, and I'm feeling really good about this movie.
Like I said, I was kind of ambivalent towards the new Star Wars coming out, and I just figured, oh, at some point in time, I'll get around to it.
Someday.
But yeah, but everyone else's excitement is kind of wearing off on me. That I'm a bit excited for Star Wars.
I think you're gonna have to see this one in the theater. I know you like watching movies on your 28
Yeah.
inch
No.
flat
I'm
screen, but
gonna try and get out to the theater. I don't know if I'm gonna be going the opening weekend, just because I have a feeling it's gonna be a nightmare.
well, what I did as soon as the thought of buying pre-sale tickets. Now, keep in mind, the movie doesn't even open until December 18th, so we're 2 months away. When I started thinking about it, reserved seating is, as long as you do reserved seating, you're fine.
Yeah,
If you don't do reserved seating, you're screwed. So hopefully,
but it's
anyone
still just
listening,
it's still just the thought of being around that many people in a small room.
usually though, reserved seating is the theaters are bigger and there's more space.
There's still people. There's still
Well,
too
yeah,
many
there's
people.
still people. Yeah,
I'm just talking about me, but I am excited. Exactly, even to the point where I'm finding it hard to not watch the trailer.
well, that's kind of where I was because I'm a pretty big Star Wars fanboy, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't want anything to be. I don't want anything. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything. But I couldn't help myself. As soon as it came out on Monday, I was watching it over and over. And the cool thing about how they're cutting the trailers is that they show you enough to get you even more excited, but they really give nothing away. We still have no idea what the movie's really about.
I hope it's more space politics. That'd be cool.
Metachlorians and all that.
Didn't everyone love the space politics?
Oh yeah, that's what made the prequels amazing, was the nonstop space politics.
There's nothing better than made up politics in space. I mean, genius idea.
I agree.
That's what people have been clamoring for all these years.
Yeah. Moving on. The 21st was Back to the Future Day. Have you read about any of the
Stop
craziness?
this shit. Stop it. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Shit.
it was bad enough when we were like celebrating, like this is the 27th anniversary of this movie coming out. Now it's like, oh, this is the day in that movie. Yeah, great. Let's just actually live like oh my God.
Maybe if you actually saw the movie, you'd have a greater appreciation for it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
wouldn't even
thought
remember the
I thought
day,
it was
though.
cool. I thought it was cool just to go over some of the things that various companies did. I mean, it's all just a marketing and promotion thing, right?
Yeah.
Pepsi came out. Pepsi came out with their Pepsi Perfect from Back to the Future 2, which was this kind of, basically it's just regular Pepsi, but it comes in a cool looking bottle. And they did an extremely limited run. I think it was like 6,500 units or something. Immediately sold out. And then everybody got pissed because they made so few of these things and demand was so high that they instantly sold out of them on Amazon. So they announced this week that they are making another batch of them to be sold later on. Nike came out with the self-lacing shoes from Back to the Future 2, which was really cool. I don't know if you saw the video of Michael J. Fox showing them off, but they're legitimately self-lacing shoes that actually work. Those are going to be they're going to be, I don't know how many they said that they were making. I don't think they said how many they were making, but they're all going to be sold at auction for the Michael J. Fox Foundation in sometime next year. Yeah, sometime next year they're going to be doing that. So that's actually really cool. They did make a prototype pair, I think back in 2011 or 2012, and they were the same design, but they weren't actually self-lacing. These new ones are. So that's pretty cool. Lexus showed off more of its hoverboard stuff, even though there haven't been any real updates on that hoverboard thing, but I guess they took this as an opportunity to show that off that they actually made a hoverboard, a real working hoverboard.
Oh,
Still
boy.
not quite the same as in the movie, but it looks like they're getting close. The USA Today that came out on the 21st looked like the USA Today that was in Back to the Future 2. Had the same logo and everything, which I thought that was really cool. I think it's really cool that companies do that, you know. I think it was Warner Brothers came out with the trailer for Jaws 19, which is featured in Back to the Future 2. And that was kind of funny. Yeah, bunch of stuff. I thought it was cool. As a big fan of the Back to the Future movies, I thought it was fun. It's just a little bit of fun, Kevin. God, way to rain on everybody's parade.
I had to watch them.
Yeah, you are. I
thought marketing bullshit.
I thought for sure you'd watch. It's just a celebration of a fun movie franchise that everybody likes.
No, it's just to get you to spend money on things.
I didn't spend any money on things, and I had a good time.
Saying other people. Yeah. I mean, it's nice the way that, what was it? You said the self-lacing shoes? It's nice to go that way, you know, make it a charity
the charity route. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go the charity route.
New trailers this week. We have Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh,
what do you think about this?
I guess that could be a fun time.
I tried to read the book. I had the book, and the problem that I had with the book is that it was too much like Pride and Prejudice. It's basically, I mean, Jane Austen is credited as one of the authors of the book. So basically, Seth Grahame-Smith took the actual book of Pride and Prejudice and just kind of injected the zombies into it and changed things around a little bit, obviously. But the way that it's written is still in that kind of Victorian, classical, annoying style.
Not a fan of the Jane Austen.
No. Absolutely not. I do not like Jane Austen. So I had issues with getting through the actual book. The movie, I don't know if they're going to go that route because the trailer, it's weird. The trailer's got this really weird tone to it where you don't know if they're playing it straight or if they're having fun with it. It looks, in the trailer, it looks like they're playing it straight, which is fine, but if you play it straight, like, you got to really commit to that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was thinking about some of these newer indie period pieces that look really good, like Jane Eyre. And I was thinking, man, if you're going to do it, if you made it look like that, that'd be pretty cool.
Just have some zombies show up here and there.
Yeah. So I honestly don't know what to think about this one. Jane Got a Gun, the first trailer for that came out. That's the Western with Natalie Portman. The Western resurgence continues.
Oh, going strong on them Westerns.
This one had a very troubled time. It lost several of the actors. It lost, I think, at least one director. Just a really tough time getting this one out there, but it's finally ready. It doesn't look that good to me. The trailer was, I don't know. Not sure about this one at all. New trailer for Joy came out, the David O. Russell film with a whole lot of people, Robert De Niro and Jennifer Lawrence. I think it looks interesting. I think it looks pretty good. We also have the full-length trailer for the Netflix series Jessica Jones, the new Marvel series. I'm pretty excited for this one. Apparently, it's got an even darker tone than the Daredevil series, and I like the Daredevil series quite a bit. This one stars Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, and I love the Daredevil series on Netflix, so I'm very amped up for this one.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So check that one out. Moving on, Edgar Wright. Got some Edgar Wright news. You're a fan of Edgar Wright. I'm a fan of Edgar Wright. Let's talk about some Edgar Wright.
What do we got?
John Hamm joins Edgar Wright's Baby Driver.
Okay.
So he's got his next movie is called Baby Driver. It's about a young man who is kind of coerced into joining a crime family and becomes a getaway driver.
Oh boy!
During a heist, and I think that John Hamm is going to be the one of the bad guys, one of the villains.
Oh boy! That's probably not going to end well.
No, no.
Mm.
Sounds like a bit of a crime comedy. I'm sure that it'll be good because it's Edgar Wright. The other news is that Johnny Depp is set to star in his upcoming film Fortunately the Milk, which is an adaptation of the Neil Gaiman children's book.
Okay.
And
that's interesting.
yeah, and Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords is adapting the book for the screen.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to be kind of a live action animation hybrid, but this one's a long way off. They just put together the pitch material or sent it out this week. So
okay.
This one's going to be a long way off, but I think that it looks quite promising. The Raid's Iko Uwais joins the Mo Brothers' next movie, Headshot. So the Mo Brothers did Macabre and what was that, Killers?
Yeah.
Killers was their latest one, and Iko Uwais is joining their new one called Headshot, where he plays a young man who washes ashore, an amnesiac with a serious head injury whose past comes back to haunt him shortly after being nursed back to health by a young doctor. Violence ensues. What do you think about this one? I believe that his team, his fight choreography team, is also going to be joining this one, so we'll probably see some decent fighting in there as well.
I'm in.
Of course I'm in. I really wanted to like Killers, but that one didn't really work for me.
No. Nope.
However, I'm still on board with what these guys are working on, and I believe that Julie Estelle, who plays Hammer Girl in the Raid 2, is also going to be in Headshot. So sign me up. Let's do it. As long as it's not taking away from the Raid 3. As long as he's not, because we need him available for the Raid 3, because they need to make that right now.
Yes.
Also, as a side note, the Raid remake just lost its director, Patrick Hughes, the guy who did maybe one or two of the Expendables movies.
Oh no!
He backed out. He backed out, and then Screen Gems, who was, I think, distributor / co-production company on it, also backed out.
Good.
So
everyone back out to the point that it's not made.
Yeah.
Let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
I completely agree. That actually, we'll use that to transition into our next segment, which is viewer comments. We just got this one in, actually. Is Sanchez commented on this article on our website, and he says, well said, I really hope this doesn't get made. Don't whitewash this franchise like it's been done countless times before. I'm sick of it. If you can't watch it in Indonesian or the English dub, then don't watch the movie. Don't ruin a classic with an American version. I know this is going to be poorly made. It's not even going to feature the martial arts used for this film, which is the pencak silat style.
Yeah.
We Americans have to stop ruining everything.
Correct.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
I
Why?
completely agree.
What is the point of remaking this? Why?
With this one, yeah, I don't see the point in remaking this. I think that there are some English remakes of movies that do work. The Let the Right One In, for instance. I thought the American remake of that was maybe even better than the original. But in the case of The Raid, you just gotta leave that one be.
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna work in America. We don't have our own, we have Roadhouse. That's ours, Yeah, Roadhouse is our thing. The Raid can be theirs and leave it. Although I would love to see an Indonesian version of Roadhouse. I want to see it go the other way.
That would be fantastic. I'm all for that.
The Deemer on YouTube commented on our last week's podcast when we talked about Beast of No Nation. He says, I thought Beast of No Nation was very unique and compelling, if brutal in its depiction of violence and war. That made the film even more honest in its narrative about a child soldier. It's also one of the rare movies based on the African continent. Yes, it's a large landmass, not a single country.
Oh, thank God.
That did not need the typical Western trope of a white POV character. Rarely do you find a movie about such subject matter that doesn't feel compelled to throw in a familiar face as a surrogate to ease the audience into the experience, and it goes on from there. But I think that just kind of, I think he was kind of going off of what you said, Kevin, about Idris Elba playing too big of a role.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I agree with him. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I kind of agree too, where you have kind of, I think what he was saying is that you have kind of like the bigger name person as a surrogate to ease people into these more serious stories with more minor or younger characters or people that we don't really know by name.
Yeah. I just wish they would stop doing that.
Yep. At the end, he says, either way, a good podcast, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, the Deemer. Finally, we have one other comment from JD. This was on our website. Jennifer Lawrence is the best. Her second Oscar is on its way. That was in reference to the Joy trailer. I don't know, man. Maybe nomination.
She'll get a nom.
I could see nomination.
For everything.
I just don't know. Yeah.
They have to have her show up. She's got to show up. She's so much fun on the red carpet.
She's such a goof.
Lawrence.
She's such a goof.
Yeah.
If you want to send us a question or comment for the show, podcast at filmpulse.net. You can also send me a tweet at filmpulse.net. I'll take a look at that. Or you can just comment on our site or any of our videos or any of that stuff, and I'll see it.